Hello everybody, good afternoon. Spokane Steve here. And it's almost time for another game of Strat-O-Matic baseball. Let's fire it up, Michael. Hello there, Kelly. Hello, Franklin. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the game. Hi, Mike. How's everybody's day going? I went to the doctor this morning. I got a cortisone injection in my shoulder. So hopefully that'll work. If not, I can go back in 3 weeks and he'll inject a different spot. We'll see. Hoping for the best, fingers crossed. Today we're going to pick up where we left off yesterday. The second game of a doubleheader. Chicago Cubs at Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates won the first game, of course, and today two pitchers who were both 4-1 so far on the year, the lefty Ken Holtzman for the Cubs and the righty Steve Blass for the Pirates. Take a look at the stats here. Okay, Holtzman, in 6 starts, he's 4-1, 2.87, 3 complete games in 6 starts. He did have a relief appearance. 47 innings of work so far, 41 strikeouts, and fewer hits than innings, 42 hits allowed in 47 innings. For Blass, he's 4-1, 3.72, 8 starts, 3 complete games, 58 innings, 59 hits, just 26 strikeouts. For some reason in my mind, I think of Blass as maybe more of a strikeout pitcher than he actually was. In real life, just 76 in 156 innings. Holtzman was more of a strikeout pitcher, definitely. Can't help but notice the hits allowed on Blass there. Hits allowed to innings was a little high. Oh, sorry to hear that, Mike. Lots of fluids, of course, and blah, blah, blah. You've heard it all. You need Dr. Mantis Toboggan. Either that or... oh, man. Van Nostrum. Kramer's character. Dr. Van Nostrum. Okay, here's the Cubs lineup. Couple of changes from the first game. Adolfo Phillips still leads off in center. Jimmy Stewart at second base, a game off for Glenn Beckert. Billy Williams in right field. Ron Santo at third in the cleanup spot. Lee Thomas, who homered in the first game, at first base. George Altman is in left. Chris Krug will do the catching in the nightcap. He hits 7th. Kessinger at short and Holtzman, the pitcher, round out the lineup. On paper, it looks like it, Franklin. Franklin says we could have a pitcher's duel. Pirates have May doing the catching in the nightcap. The infield the same. Clendenin, Mazeroski, Alley, and Bailey. Andre Rogers is in left. The outfield rounded out by Moda and Roberto Clemente, of course, in right. And with that, we're about ready to get underway here. Right on time. Another good one, Franklin. Yes, sirree. We got a lot of doctor spoofs, don't we? Okay, Blass is ready to go. Up steps Adolfo Phillips. Phillips up to 307, 3 home runs, 21 RBIs. And here's the pitch from Blass. 2-3 righty. We're underway on a fly ball to center field, playable. That's going to be Moda running it down, and there's one out. Right, yeah, that's interesting, Michael. Ernie not in the lineup. Of course, DeRocher wanted a left-hand hitting first baseman to platoon with Ernie. Ernie getting a little long in the tooth, I guess, at this point. And that was why they traded Ted Abernathy for Thomas. I'm not sure I really like that trade from their end. Looking at it now, and it's easy to, of course, hindsight's 2020. It's easy to look back and say, why didn't they just play Banks more at first base and keep Abernathy as their closer? That bullpen wasn't that great anyway. I'm not really sure it was set up to afford the loss of Abernathy. Anyway, that's what they did. Okay, one down. Here's Jimmy Stewart now. Stewart just 2 for 20 in limited duty. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Pitch from Blast on a 4-10 lefty. That's catcher's card X. That's going to be May. May a 3-E8, and here's the play. On a 4, hits a pop-up to the catcher. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down. That'll bring up Billy Williams. Billy Williams hitting .283, 10 home runs, 28 RBIs. Leads the team in home runs, second to Santo in RBIs. And here's the pitch from Black on a 2-6 right-handed. It's ball 4. That's a walk to Billy Williams. Let's check the battery. Williams not really a threat to steal. He is a 13. Blast a 0, May a 0. He will not be held. And he'll stay put with Ron Santo at the plate. Santo 379, 9 home runs. As mentioned, a team leading 35 RBIs. Blast from the stretch now. It's going to be a 1-11. High fly ball to deep left field. Rogers back on the track hauls it in. So Santo gave it a ride. It stayed in the park, however. And the Cubs are retired in the first. No runs, no hits, 1 left. After half an inning, Chicago nothing. Pittsburgh coming to bat. Pittsburgh with the win yesterday moved into a tie for second with the Dodgers. Both teams just a half a game back of the Phillies in a very tightly bunched National League. Superior hindsight is 50-50. Okay, let's go over the Pirates lineup. Gene Alley leads off at shortstop. Manny Mota in center. Roberto Clemente in right. Don Clendenon against the lefty plays first base and hits cleanup. Bill Mazeroski at second. Andre Rogers gets the start in left. Stargell on the bench against the left-handed Holtzman. Bailey at third. Jerry May the catcher, and Blast the pitcher rounded out. So again, Harry Walker, that year anyway, very protective of Stargell against left-handed pitching, which, as I mentioned yesterday, is kind of a head-scratcher. And welcome to Thomas. Hello there, Perry. Yeah, good matchup today. We got a nice one for tomorrow too. Although tomorrow's up in the air, I should say that right now. Tomorrow, my sister's taking my niece out to the local casino to spend the night and have a birthday party for her. My mom and I are supposed to go, but it's supposed to snow. If it snows, we won't go. So that's why the game is up in the air. Okay, here's Allie now. And hello there, Ben. Welcome. Allie leads the club in batting at .365, 1 home run, 21 RBIs. Holtzman gets the sign, the left-hander into the windup. The pitch to Allie's a 3-8 lefty, and that is ripped over the third base bag and into the corner. Allie out of the box in a hurry, rounds, and he's into second standing with a leadoff double. On a 3-8 homer to 1, he rolled the 9, and he's in with the stand-up double. That'll bring up Manny Mota. Mota at 326, 2 homers, 10 RBIs. Holtzman to check of the runner. Now here's the pitch to Mota. On a 2-8 left-handed, he walks him. And the first 2 Pirates reach here in the bottom of the first. Heart of the order coming up. Here's Roberto. 326, 7 home runs, 26 RBIs. Roberto, of course, the player of the game in the opener. Holtzman checks the runners. Now the windup and the pitch. That's a 1-8. That's going to be a grounder to right to shortstop. Hard hit. Kessinger. 2 Stewart, 2 Thomas. Double play. Just what the doctor ordered for Kessinger. Alley takes third on the play. And with 2 down, it'll be up to Don Clendenin. Clendenin at 293, 9 home runs, 29 RBIs. Mazeroski on deck. Holtzman checks the runner. And here's the pitch on a 5-3. It's a grounder to the pitcher X. Holtzman 2E26. Here's the play on a 2. He can't get it. It's a base hit. A run will score. Just past Holtzman and into center field. Alley crosses the plate, and it is 1-0 Pirates. Could be good. Yeah, I don't know. Not for me, I'll tell you that. I'm not a big gambler anymore. I have to be honest, I really don't want to go in the first place, but I will go for my niece. My mom does not like to stay out late, and neither of us drive after dark. So we'll go out for a couple of hours, if we go at all. Okay, here's Maz now. Mazeroski at 310, 2 homers, 25 RBIs. Holtzman from the stretch. We've got a 5-6 righty. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And that'll do it for the Pirates in the first. They do get a run on 2 hits, leave a man. After 1 inning, it's 1-0 Pittsburgh. I'd tell you, Ben, I'd have to say if it weren't for good luck, I'd be dead. At least 3 near misses in my life. Here's Blast now. Lee Thomas will start it off for Chicago. Thomas 3 for 8 with the Cubs. I'm sorry, he did not have a home run. It was Altman who had the home run in Game 1. So here's Thomas, blasts into the windup. 3-8 right-hander. It's a grounder to first base. Clendenin has it. He'll take it to the bag himself. And there's 1 away. Now batting for the Cubs, George Altman. Yes, it was Altman, his first home run of the year. 9 for 67. 1 homer, 11 RBIs for the left-handed hitting outfielder. Blast gets his sign. Pitch to Altman on a 6-3 is a high fly ball to right. Clemente backing up on the track puts it away. So Altman gave it a ride. Ball so far not carrying here today. And here's Chris Krug. Krug, a computer-only card. Trying to find his stats. He is 5 for 17. It's a 294 average. Does not have a home run. The pitch from Blast on a 1-7. Fly ball to left field. Playable. Rogers is there. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Blast. Oh, Thomas, I loved that infield. That was about the time I really got into baseball. They had a lot of players I really liked. Yeah, exactly, Perry. Even for a youngster, they all seem to be household names, right? Or most of them. You had that infield, you had Billy Williams. Jim Hickman was there by then. Fergie Jenkins. Holtzman. Speaking of Holtzman, he's ready to go here in the bottom of the second. And Andre Rogers will start it off for the Bucks. Rogers 8 for 24 in limited duty, does not have an RBI yet. Left-hander into the windup. He comes in there with a 5-6, swung on and missed, strike 3. Second K for Holtzman. Jose Cardinal, yes. Bob Bailey comes to bat, 318, 4 home runs, 19 RBIs. The pitch from Holtzman is a 4-3 righty. It's a fly to right field X. Tough chance for Billy Williams. 3E8 as he ranges towards the line. On an 18, he makes a nice running catch for the out. So nice play, Williams. 2 down, and it will be up to May. Jerry May has not played much so far. He's just 3 for 12. The pitch from Holtzman, 6-4 righty, is a fly to left. It's a shallow fly ball to left. Here comes Altman on to make the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Holtzman. 2 innings in the books here, and it's 1-0 Pirates. Hello there, Frank. Welcome. The Warden. We used to have a graveyard foreman, back when I was young. That was his nickname. We used to call him the Warden. Good friend of mine is in the finals of the 2024 Barnstormers tournament on the online 365 ATG Strat-O-Matic game. I've been helping him with his live draft. It's been a lot of fun. Boy, it's intense. Out of 170 roughly entrants, we're down to the final 12. I did not fare well this year. I finished somewhere around 50, I think. Here's Kessinger to lead off the third. Kessinger, a switch hitter, hitting left-handed against Blass. Don comes in at 269, no home runs, just 7 RBIs. That's a 4-2 lefty, and that's going to be a base hit into right field. 4-2 is a homer to 19, of course. The roll 11. Kessinger a weak, however. And he'll settle for the long single and the first Chicago hit of the day. Kessinger a star 15. He'll be held at 13. And the pitcher Holtzman up. Let's check Holtzman's bunting rating. He's an A. Pirates will bring it in. That makes him a B as he squares to bunt. It's a 3 on a B. I think he's going to beat it out, and he does. How about that? Holtzman beats out the bunt. Doesn't happen very often. That's the second time it's happened just recently, however. And with 2 on and nobody out, we flip the lineup over, and here's Adolfo Phillips. Phillips 0 for 1. Blash staring in to get the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. That's a 1-9 right-handed. Struck him out. Phillips did strike out a lot. Let's take a look here for a moment. 135 times in 419 at-bats in real life. That's a lot, especially for 1966. So 1 away. Here's Jimmy Stewart now. Batting left-handed, blasts into the windup. Pitch to Stewart is a 1-3. Ground ball to first base. To his right is Clendenin. His only play is to blast covering, and both runners move up. Second and third, 2 down, and here's Billy Williams. If you're thinking about pitching around Williams, Well, you have Team RBI leader Ron Santo on deck, so they'll pitch to Billy. Williams walked in the first. Blast checks the runners. Now comes to the plate 5-5. It's a grounder to shortstop X. Gene Alley, sure-handed shortstop, 2E17, charging the ball. On a 15, he's got it, throws him out, side retired. Nice play, Gene Alley, picking up right where he left off in the opener. For the Cubs, no runs, 2 hits. They leave a pair in scoring position. Waste not, want not. And we go to the bottom of the third. Yeah, he is, Texas. Beat out that bunt. It was a good bunt. It had to be, right? Okay, bottom of the third. Blast will start it off. He's a 4-hitting card, right-hander. Holtzman's pitch is a 6'10 right-handed. It's a fly to center field X. Tough chance for Phillips. A 3E9. Phillips ranging to his right. That's going to be a 14. Nice running catch by Phillips. Here's Gene Alley now. Alley doubled and scored the only run in the first. Holtzman gets the sign from Krug, and here's the pitch. 2-7, he bangs a base hit into center. And Gene Alley's 2 for 2. Making Harry Walker look like a genius for putting him in the leadoff spot. Let's check the Cub battery now. Holtzman with a fine hold, -3. Krug is 0, so Alley at 12 will not be held. And that'll bring up Manny Mota. Mota walked in the first. Holtzman out of the stretch. 4-4 right-handed. He loses him, ball 4. It's a walk to Mota, his second. Down to second goes Alley. First and second, 1 away, and here's Clemente. Clemente bounced into a 6-4-3 his first time up. Holtzman in a bit of a jam here as he comes set. The pitch to Roberto. 5-3, grounder to the pitcher X, 2E26. Holtzman will be tested again. And here's the play. On an 18, he's got it. His only play is to first, and both runners move up. That'll make it second and third, 2 away, and Don Clendenin the hitter. Holtzman, a glance at the runners. Here's the pitch now to Clendenin. It's a 5-6 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Strikeout number 3 for Holtzman, and boy did he pick a good time to get it. Pirates also leave a pair in scoring position. No runs, a hit, 2 left. 3 innings in the books. It's 1-0. It sounds like it, Texas, yeah. Yeah, Frank, for me, I just make them all 10s. The extra effort involved to find that other piece of paper with the pitcher's ratings and look at all that. I don't know, call me lazy, whatever. That just seems like an unnecessary step. I think it's fair across the board if they're all 10s. The only exception I'll make is if I'm looking for a pinch runner late in the game, then I will consider that. Example, I've used Cloninger for Atlanta in that capacity. Okay, to the fourth we go. It got a lot warmer here, Ben. 39, we may see 40 today. Some of the snow is melting, which was nice because I had to get out today. But more snow expected tomorrow. Okay, fourth inning, it's Ron Santo to lead it off. He flew to left his first time up. Blasts into the windup. On a 1-4 right-handed, a high fly ball to left center. Back is Rogers at the track, at the wall, gone. Home run, Ron Santo, and this game is tied up. 1-4, no doubt about it. And for Ron Santo, his 10th home run of the season. RBI number 36. And we're all knotted up at 1. Here's Thomas now. Blast rubbing up a new ball. Stares in to get his sign. There's the pitch to Lee. It's a 2-4 righty. Fly ball to left field. He lifts it the other way. Backing up just a bit is Rogers and pulls it in. Rogers, you may have noticed, a 5 E16 in left. So, Walker, in my opinion, paying a high price for having a right-handed batter in left instead of Stargell. Here's George Altman now. Altman flew to right his first time up. Blast getting the sign. Here's the windup now. Pitch, a 2-8 right-handed. Base hit up the middle for Altman. 1 out single for George. No threat to run. And here's Krug. Blast glances at first. Now out of the stretch, the pitch to Krug's a 4-7 right-handed. Single to 10, and it's past the diving Clendenin. That will be a base hit. Altman stopping at second. So Chris Krug comes through with a single. Krug, who obviously, computer card and all, doesn't get to play very much, making the most of his opportunities. That'll bring up Kessinger. Blast in a bit of a jam here now in a tie game. First and second, 1 down. Don Kessinger singled his first time up. Blast. Glance back at second, and now the windup on the pitch. That's a 5-6 left-hander. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Strikeout number 2 for Steve Blast. That's a big one there. That brings up the pitcher, Holtzman. So Blast trying to get out of the jam here. The pitch to Holtzman. 6'10 left-hander. Fly to right field and playable. Clemente is there, and the side is retired. Cubs get a run on 3 hits. They leave 2. The run, of course, on the Ron Santo blast. And we're all tied at 1 going to the bottom of the 4th. Nice pitcher's duel so far. Interesting, Jeremiah, and welcome, by the way. Ellis was a 15. Wow. Wasn't Doc Ellis the guy who had the drug-induced no-hitter? Okay, we move to the bottom of the 4th. Bill Mazeroski will start it off for the Bucks. He struck out his first time up. Holtzman gets the sign. Here's the windup on the pitch, and we've got a die off the table as Mazeroski fouls it back. There it is. Okay. Holtzman gets a new ball. Yeah, Thomas, I take that one with a grain of salt myself, to be honest. Here's the next pitch to Mavs. It's a 3-3. It's a high fly ball to left field. Altman on the track at the wall makes the catch. Holy cow. Mazeroski gave it a ride. 3-3 homer to 6. Rolled to 13, and it's just allowed out to left. Here's Rogers now. Holtzman into the windup. Comes in there with a 1-8 lefty. Pops him up left side. Kessinger. And 2 quick outs here in the 4th. That'll bring up Bailey. Holtzman gets his sign now. Here's the pitch. 2-5 left-handed. Struck him out. 1-2-3 inning for Holtzman. And we're deadlocked at 1 through 4 innings of play. Yes, it could be true. I mean, those were certainly the times, no question of that. I mean, if you told me some pitcher did it in 2008, I probably wouldn't believe it, right? But back in those days, it's possible. I like that, Jeremiah. The stuck in the ivy play. Yes, sirree. We've all seen it, I'm sure. No, a lot of players were popping uppers then. Nobody thought anything of it. Top of the order for the Cubs as we move along to the 5th inning. Phillips 0 for 2 today. Blast gets his sign. Here's the windup and here's the pitch on a 6-10 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Phillips strikes out for the 2nd time today. And here's Jimmy Stewart. Stewart 0 for 2, standing in from the left side as Blast delivers on a 6-6 lefty. That's going to be a hard hit ball over the first base bag and into the corner, bouncing away from Clemente, rolling towards center. Mota picks it up. Stewart's headed for 3rd, and he is in with a triple. Let's take another look at it. 6-6 lefty. Triple to 10, he rolled to 4, and sure enough, Jimmy Stewart with a 1-out triple. In the 5th inning in a tie game, the Pirates will pull the infield in. Williams followed by Santo. Good chance here for the Cubs. Blast rated 6 for endurance, in case you were wondering. And we are in the top of the 5th. Infield in, there's the pitch to Billy. 1-8 right hand with the grounder to shortstop. Breaking for home is Stewart. Alley has it, fires home to May, and they've got him. Big play for the Bucks. Infield in saves a run. Okay, runner at first, 2 down. Here's Sando. He homered his last time up. Blast from the stretch now. It's a 6-4 right-handed shallow fly to left. On comes Rogers, and the side is retired. So the go-ahead run cut down at the plate. No runs a hit, 1 left. I'm beginning to think I may have undervalued the infield in most of my playing career, for lack of a better word. That was certainly a huge play there. Bottom of the fifth, tied at 1. It'll be Jerry May to start it off for the Pirates. May 0 for 1. Holtzman gets the sign from Krug, and here's the pitch to May. That's a 3-6 lefty. Grounder down to third. Sano has it. Fires across to Thomas. And with 1 out, Steve Blass will be the hitter. Blass, a right-handed hitter. Holtzman into the windup. Here's the pitch now on a 5-12 righty. It's a grounder to second base X. Tough chance for Stewart. 40-41. Here's the play. On a 3, he's not going to get that. That's into right field for a base hit. So both pitchers have singles in this game. And the top of the order coming up, Gene Alley, who's 2 for 2 today. Holtzman a glance at first. Now comes back. The pitch, a 5-5 righty. Do you see that dice jump? Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Strikeout number 5 for Holtzman. And the batter will be Manny Mota. Mota's walked twice. First pitch for Holtzman, just a bit outside. Mota showing a good eye today. Holtzman set now. From the stretch on a 2-6 left-hander, and he bangs one over the third base bag and into left field. That's in the corner. Altman rounding it up. Mota with a double. Blass can try to score. 10-12. Altman a +1, 13. They're going to send Blass to throw to the plate. He scores. And on the throw, Mota into third. So Mota with a 2-out double gives the Bucks a 2-1 lead. And here's Clemente. Clemente 0 for 2 so far. Holtzman a glance at third. Now here's the pitch. That's a 3-7. That's going to be a double into left center. That'll roll to the wall. Mota can walk home. And the Pirates lead it 3-1 on a double by Roberto Clemente. Clemente had 2 doubles and a homer in the first game. And now doubles here. Holtzman rated 7 for endurance. As Don Clendenin steps to the plate. Don 1 for 2. The pitch from Holtzman is a 6-5 right-handed. That is a high fly ball to deep left field. Back is Altman. Gone. Home run, Don Clendenin. And the Pirates break it open here in the bottom of the 5th. Let's take another look at it. 6-5. Homer to 15. He has the power, and he rolls the 1. And for Clendenin, his 10th home run of the season. He now leads the team in home runs. How about that? Five to 1 the score now. That's going to get somebody up in the Cubs pen. The lefty Billy Heff, the right-hander Bill Hands throwing down there. Hands could just be throwing between starts. We'll have to see. Yes, Texas, it all went downhill for Holtzman after beating out that bunt. Good point. Exactly, Ben. Well, as I say, he now leads the team in home runs with 10. Stargell has 9. Here's Maz now, the pitch for Holtzman. 4-9 right-hander is a grounder to short X. That's Kessinger. 2E40, Kessinger ranging behind the bag. That's going to be a 19. He's there and throws him out to retire the side. 4 big runs for the Bucks, though, on 4 hits, nobody left. After 5 innings of play, the Pirates and Steve Blass leading it 5-1. And for Blass, his first inning of potential fatigue as we go to the 6th. Trying to stretch my shoulder out as I was instructed. Okay, 6th inning we go. Thomas, Altman, and Krug due for Chicago. Lee Thomas 0 for 2 today. Blast into the windup. That's going to be a 5-7 left-hander. A grounder to second base X. That's Mazeroski, of course. 1E8. Maz to his left. On a 1. Diving stop. Oh my God, what a play. To his feet, throws him out. I cannot even believe I saw that. What a play by Mazeroski. Holy cow, it's a web gem to be sure. A scintillating play by Bill Mazeroski. Good point, Larry. Larry points out that if Jimmy Stewart handled that ground ball from Blass, it's a 1-2-3 inning. So the Cubs certainly paid the price for benching Glenn Beckert in this one. Here's Altman now, 1 for 2. The pitch from Blass on a 3-5. He loses him, ball 4. 1 out walk to Altman. And the batter will be Krug. Krug 1 for 2. Blass now working out of the stretch. Pitch to Chris on a 2-8. Struck him out. Fourth strikeout for Steve Blass, and with 2 away, the batter will be Don Kessinger. Don also 1 for 2. Blass checks the runner. Now comes to the plate 6-7, and Kessinger lines one into right field for a base hit. Rounding and going to third is Altman. And now, trailing by 4 in the 6th. Really no choice. They're going to have to bat for Holtzman. So kind of a short day for Holtzman, a 7-inning starter. He goes just 5 today. He surrendered 7 hits, 5 runs, and as Larry pointed out, not all his fault. He walked a pair and struck out 5. Looking at the Pirates lineup, looks like Hands will be coming in. Getting creative with the pens here in the second game of this doubleheader. And let's see who the pinch hitter is going to be. First and third trailing by 4. They'd like to have somebody with a little pop up there. Let's see if we can find such a character. It's going to be Byron Brown. Brown pinch hit in the first game. As Brown strides the plate, let's look at his numbers. Brown on the season, 269. 8 home runs, 25 runs batted in. One more hitter walk will fatigue Blass. Al McBean throwing in the Pittsburgh pen. Conference on the mound. Going over how they're going to pitch Brown, or perhaps buying some time for McBean. And welcome, Gerald. Hello there. Okay, Blask staring in now, gets his sign. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Here's the pitch to Byron Brown. That's going to be a 6-9 righty and 7 hits. Just a lone run so far on the Santo home run. And he walked 3. He walked 3, 2 of them in this inning. And struck out, I can't see, 4. And in comes Al McBean. Take a look at McBean's numbers as he gets warmed up. 14 appearances, 1-0 with a 2.78 across 23 innings of work. Adolfo Phillips due up. He's 0 for 3, struck out twice. That was against Blass, of course. Okay, McBean ready to go to work. Bases loaded, 2 out. The pitch to Adolfo. 6-4 right-hander to grounder to shortstop X. Tough chance for Gene Alley. Into the hole. 2E17. On a 6, he makes a fine play and throws him out. Nice play, Gene Alley, to end the inning. Gene Alley flashing the leather in both ends of this doubleheader. And the Cubs waste a huge opportunity here in the 6th, leaving the bases loaded. Well, that's the Cubs, at least in 1966, right? As you regulars know, it's been a tale of 3 seasons so far for the Cubs. They started off like 1-10 or 1-11. Then they went on an unbelievable hot streak. And of late, they have not fared as well. In fact, let's take a look at that here quickly. Not as bad as I thought. 4-6 in their last 10. Bill Hand's warming up for the Cubs now. Hand's his 4th relief appearance. He's made 7 starts. He's 1-4 with a very high 7.55 ERA so far. The Card obviously better than that. And it will be Rogers, Bailey, and May. Okay, we're ready to go here. Hands gets his sign from Krug. 6-6 right-handed. That's going to be a triple to 7, and that's going to be a triple on a 3. Rogers blasts one into the left center gap, bounces away from Altman towards Phillips, rounds and heads into 3rd, and it's Rogers now with a triple. Let's take another look at that. 6-6 righty to 7. He rolled the 3. And Andre Rogers with a leadoff triple. Rogers had 0 triples in just 49 at-bats that year in real life. I'm looking at his stats now. Let's see here. Rogers, Sure enough, that's his first triple. Just his second extra base hit. He has one double. And the Cubs will pull the infield in now here, trailing 5-1. Bob Bailey, the hitter. The pitch from Hands is a 4-4 grounder to third base X. Sano, the Gold Glover, 1E27 with the infield in. It's a 4. He's got it. Let me check this now. Infield in, runner at third on a ground ball A. Batter out, runners hold. So the infield in saved a run there. Fine play by Sano. And there's one away. Infield will stay in for Jerry May. Only other option here would be to walk May to set up the double play, but then most likely Blast would attempt to, or rather McBean would attempt to bunt. And that would bring the infield in 2E40. Here's the play on an 18. He makes the play and throws him out. So 2X plays. Both times the infield in saving a run. And leading by 4, the Pirates are going to stick with McBean. Right-handed batter. Hands comes in there with a 4-6, and McBean with a single into right field. Here comes Rogers to score, and it's 6-1. How about that? Al McBean, a relief pitcher, with an RBI single. As the man said, now I've seen it all. So Allie will end up batting after all. Gene's 2 for 3 today. Hands gets the sign. 3-7 right-hander. Lazy fly into center. Phillips barely has to move, and that will end the inning. The Pirates, however, pick up a run on 2 hits. They leave one. And after 6, they lead it 6-1. Yes, sir. Third pitcher hit of the day. Trying to save the bullpen there. Basically, no need to remove McBean. Pirates in a little better shape than the Cubs. They have Sisk and Face for sure available. And if absolutely necessary, Vern Law could be pressed into service, along with Bob Perky. Cubs still a little more short-handed due to Kuntz's unavailability. They could use Bill Fall in back-to-back games, and they have Heft and Henley. Okay, 7th inning. Well, before we get there, I'm going to coffee up. I'll be right with you. All right. Six to 1 Pirates as we move along to the 7th. It'll be Stewart, Williams, and Santo due. Stewart 1 for 3. Tripled in the 5th, but was forced. McBean gets the sign from May. Pitch to Jimmy Stewart on a 5-8. He bangs one over the first base bag and into the corner. Rounding first, headed for second. Clemente gets it back in. Sliding into second is Stewart. Oh my goodness. He almost forgot who was in right field there. He had to hustle to make it. And it's a leadoff double for Stewart. That'll bring up Billy Williams. Hello there, Bart. Yeah, I did too. You know, Jimmy said that was his favorite role that he ever played. Williams 0 for 2 with a walk. McBean checks the runner. Pitch to Billy is a 3-7, and he bangs a single into right field. Stewart rounding, he's a 15. 3-7 to right, but Clemente with that -5 gun there, they slam the brakes on him, and he'll hold at third. And that's going to get him busy in the Pittsburgh pen. They do not have a left-hander. Vern Law begins to throw. And he's joined by Bob Perky, the computer-only Bob Perky. McBean, of course, 3 for relief endurance. He's only in his second inning, but the first 2 Cub batters reach, and now here's Ron Santo, who's already homered today. McBean checks the runners, now out of the stretch, delivers to Santo on a 3-5, single to 10. He's got it on the 9, just barely. Knocked down at third by Bailey. He has no play. Run will score on the infield hit by Santo. Williams will hold at second. And suddenly it's 5-2, and Lee Thomas steps to the plate representing the tying run as the first 3 batters reach off of Al McBean. And here comes Walker. And that's going to be it for McBean. Vern Law will jog in. So just the 1-run charge to Blass. McBean 1+. He gave up 4 hits, 2 walks. One strikeout. Looked like McBean just didn't have it today, so Law will come on. Whoops, 6-2. You're right, Mike. 6-2. Thank you. Sorry about that. My terrible short-term memory on display yet once again. Hello there, Kevin. Welcome. Yeah, I already forgot about the extra run they just scored. Holy cow. What a nightmare. It's so much fun getting old, isn't it? Here we go. It's Lee Thomas, Vern Law. Let's look at Law's numbers. 0-1. This is only his second relief appearance. He's made 4 starts. ERA of 5.61. 26 innings of work. And he'll be facing Thomas with Altman to follow. Still nobody out. Law gets the ball, gets the sign, into the windup. The pitch to Lee Thomas is a 4-6 lefty. Grounded to second base, double play ball. Mazeroski flips to Alley, on to Clendenin, double play. On the play, Billy Williams ends up at third. But there's 2 down now, a huge double play. So Law came in and got the ground ball. Mazeroski and Alley did the rest. And here's Altman now, 1 for 2 with a walk. Pitch from Vern. 1-3, grounder to second. Routine for Maz. Flips to Clendenin, and the side is retired. Another big opportunity wasted by the Cubs. They do get a run on 3 hits and leave 1. And as we stretch for the 7th, it's 6-2 Pirates. Pirates with a win today would move into a tie for first with the Phillies. Two big chances. And here they left 2 on as well. And here they started off with 2 singles and couldn't score. Wow. Let's see here. Let's count them up. That's 5, 6, 9 hits for the Cubs and just 2 runs. And it's Mookie time. Let's see where he is. Last night I was sleeping and I was awoken by a huge crash. And I'm down to 1 lighthouse now. That's right. He did a double. Sometimes he likes to look out the window, but he's not there. Mookie, where are you? Mookie. Well, that's unusual. I just saw him a minute ago, too. Oh, there he is. Hey, you're on, buddy. You missed your cue. Look at the size of this guy now. Holy cow. He's what now? About 10 and a half months. Are you ready to take the field? Okay, let's go. As we settle back in, again, yeah, man, he got a 2-fer. I knew it was only, well, we all knew it was only a matter of time, right? Bill Hands in his second inning, he'll be looking at Mota, Clemente, and Clendenin. Mota's reached all 3 times with a double and a pair of walks. Hands into the windup. That's a 4-6 right-hander. It's a double to 5 on the 13. He'll settle for the long single, and Mota has reached all 4 times today. 0 battery now. They will hold Mota at 13. He'd be a 15 not held. And here's Roberto, who's had a good doubleheader. 1 for 3 today, a double, but 2 doubles and a homer in the opener. Hands from the stretch. 5'10" right-hander, grounder to shortstop X. This could be 2. Kessinger a 2E40. Here's the play on an 8. It's the error range. 12 on a 40. This could be interesting. It is a ground ball A. Kessinger to Stewart to Thomas. Double play. Fine play by Kessinger. Both shortstops have been outstanding today. With the bases empty and 2 down, Don Clendenin will be the hitter. Don's 2 for 3 with a homer. He's driven in 3 of the 6 runs. The pitch from Hands is a 1-6 righty. Struck him out. Hands has done a pretty good job today. No runs to hit, nobody left. Threw 7 in a 6-2 game. Vern Law takes the mound, and Roy Face begins to throw in the Pirates' pen. Face tied for second in the National League with 9 saves. Krug due. Let's take a look at that. We fulfilled our obligation to the uncarded Krug here. So you've got Kessinger, then the pitcher's spot to follow. Oh, we get an encore from Mookie. No, you cannot. Hey. Hey, no, you can't have the dice. Can't have it. Sorry. We got Hunley, Banks, Mookie. Ty Klein is going to come on and bat for Krug. He really wants those dice. I think it should be, man. Boy, they sure can. Kevin, the Bucks now hitting .296 as a team. 296. That's without a designated hitter. Let's look at Klein's numbers now. He hasn't played much. 6 for 26, that's .231. Left-handed batter. Law goes into the windup on a 2-7 righty. Right in the heart of his good column, he lofts a lazy fly ball to center. Mota there to make the catch, and there's one away. Actually, Hundley caught the opener. Bacabella. No, we sure don't want to do that. Hundley will catch the rest of the game. Not all that unusual for those days. Hell, we've seen quite a few instances of catchers catching both ends of a doubleheader so far in this replay. Kessinger, the batter now, he's 2 for 3. Made that fine play to bail Hands out in the bottom of the 7th. Law into the windup. That's going to be a 2-8 righty, and Kessinger a ground ball right up the middle and into center field for a single for his 3rd hit of the afternoon. 1-out single for Don Kessinger. The pitcher's spot due up. They're going to call back Hands. And here comes Ernie Banks. Move. Come on, buddy. Hang on, I've got cards everywhere now. So here's Ernie Banks batting for the pitcher. Let's see who they're going to use. Due up for Pittsburgh, all right-handers. They're going to go with Billy Heft. Heft, a left-hander, more out of realism than what I'd like to do here. Really like to bring in Kuntz in this situation, but he's not available. Could go to Fall, but he did work the opening game. He is technically available. So here's Banks. Face is ready. With a 6-2 lead, Law will get a little bit of leeway here, and he's going to face Ernie. Kessinger takes the lead. Let's check that. He's a star 15. Law -2 hold. May is 0. 13, he will not be held. And with 1 out, here's Banks. Pitch to Ernie on a 1-7. Single to 5 on a 13. That liner speared at short by Gene Alley. And the Pirates flashing the leather yet again. It'll be up to Phillips. Law into the windup. That's a 6-6 right-handed. Hot smash to third. Bailey backhands it. Fires it over to Clendenin, and the side is retired. No runs, a hit, 1 left. Cubs putting a lot of guys on today, but they just can't cash anything in. And here comes Heft now. Heft has been in 14 games. He's 1-0 with a save, but with a very high 7.71 ERA. Ouch. Mazeroski, Rogers, and Bailey due up. That'll most likely be the last at bat for Rogers, who's a 5 out there. Heft pitching to Mazeroski. 112 left-handed. That's a base hit into center field. And Mazeroski joins the hit parade. Here's Rogers now. Tripled his last time up, 1 for 3. Heft's pitch is a 5-6, swung on and missed, strike 3. Here's Bob Bailey. Texas, I was just taking a sip of coffee when I read that. That was a close one. Bob Bailey 0 for 3. Heft from the stretch. 2-7 lefty. Single to 3 on a 19. That liner speared at second by Stewart, and there's 2 away. Batter will be Jerry May. The pitch from Heft is a 4-7 lefty. Single to 4. That liner right at Sano. Pirates hitting it right at him. No runs, a hit, 1 left. Matty Alou's going to come into the game and replace Rogers. Alou will go in center. With Moda moving to left. And there will be a pitching change for Pittsburgh as well, as Roy Face will come on and work the ninth. Law worked 2 innings. 1 run charge to McBean. Law in 2 innings, 1 hit and no runs. No walks, no strikeouts. Hands in his 2 innings, 3 hits and a run. No walks, 1 strikeout. So here's Face, not a save situation, but he did pitch in this game in real life. And I think he and Tommy Sisk are now the only relief pitchers who haven't worked in the last 3 days. 3 games, rather, 2 days. And it will be Stewart, Williams, and Santo. Stewart 2 for 4, a double and a triple. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me today. Again, I feel bad about tomorrow, I have to admit, because I hate this. I don't know if I'm going to have a game or not tomorrow. It basically depends on whether it snows or not. I really like to be dependable. So having something up in the air like that just drives me crazy. Hopefully you guys understand. Oh my God, your roommate again, Ben. Is this the roommate that's the ex-wife, ex-girlfriend? Something like that? Yeah, from what I gather, there's just way too much drama with this woman. Oh, good grief. Well, Ben, you can always come out to the Pacific Northwest. Okay, Cubs down to their last inning here. 6-2 Pirates. Face trying to nail this one down. Stewart 2 for 4. Face is pitched to the lefty in a 4-6. Lazy fly ball to left. Moda there. And he grabs it for the first out. It's below the national average for sure, yeah. Williams 1 for 3 with a walk. Face comes in with a 4-7 left-handed swung on and missed, strike 3. And the Cubs are down to their last out. Pirates looking to sweep the doubleheader. Ron Santo standing in the way, 2 for 4 with a home run. Face into the windup. It's a 5-7, and he bangs a base hit up the middle to keep the inning alive. 3rd hit of the day for Santo. That'll get Lee Thomas up to the plate. Thomas 0 for 4 today. Face looks at Santo. Now from the stretch, the pitch to Lee is a 1-8 single 2 stars. Santo to 3rd. The Cubs will not go quietly. But as we know, they've been leading runners on all game. And it's up to Altman, 1 for 3 with a walk. Face a check of the runners. Here's the pitch to Altman. That's going to be a 3, not flat. That's going to be a reroll. As he fouls one back, Face rubs up a new ball, and we're ready to go again. Here we go. The pitch to Altman is a 3-9 right-handed. He struck him out, and that's the ball game. No runs, 2 hits, 2 more left on. 6-2 the final as the Pirates sweep the doubleheader and move into a tie for first with the Phillies. left-handed pitcher? Wait, what? So it was a single? Okay. At this point, I'm going to let it stand. I could review it, but Face struck out Altman, so either way, the final result the same. Face, 1 inning, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Heft, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. Holtzman takes the loss. He's 4-2 now. Blast picks up the win. He improves to 5-1. They sure did, Texas. Player of the game. Boy, I don't know. Quite a few players in the running for that honor. I'm leaning Clendenin with the homer and the 3 RBIs. Moda had a great day too, definitely. Let's see what everybody else thinks. I kind of like Clendenin. Pirates, here's the totals. Pirates, 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Cubs, 2 runs, 14 hits, no errors. But again, that was a key play right there. An X play to second base that Stewart couldn't handle. Yeah, I agree. So we got 2 for... Two concur on Clendenin. That's good enough for me. It's going to be Don Clendenin. That was the key. Let's take a look ahead on the schedule. So this will be either tomorrow or the next day. And it will be the Houston Astros at the St. Louis Cardinals. Turk Farrell for the Astros, and Hall of Famer Bob Gibson gets the start for the Cardinals. So that should be fun. Always fun using Gibson. And with that, I'm going to call it a day and get myself something to eat. I want to thank everybody again for hanging out with me. Take care, everybody, and enjoy your evening. Bye for now.